Hey BBs, it's MJsPYT777 here, and I am back from my amazing New York City / MJ extravaganza weekend. I know all of you guys missed me on the forum. I'm just basically going to talk about just how amazing it was. But first of all, of course, my shirt, which was the star of the whole event, and I love this shirt forever. If you guys don't know, I did get this from a fan that I met back on June 25th. Her name's Corey, and we met at Forest Lawn. She had this shirt. I said I love the shirt. She said she's from Japan. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to Japan in 2 weeks. Let's meet up. So she got me this shirt, and everyone loved it. Loved it. So what did we do? Oh my god, besides Michael all weekend. Let's see, Friday I left work, went to New York City, met Heather. If you guys have not met Heather, she is amazing. Love her to bits. I actually met her on another forum, and we went to see This Is It, and then, yeah, that was it. And we were hungry, so we got some sushi. I love sushi. I especially love sake. It's really, really good. So if you're 21 and up, I definitely recommend sake in moderation. So that was cool. Then Saturday, we did a little sightseeing. We went to Times Square and like hung around Manhattan a bit and things like that. And then we had to head back because we had to get dressed and get ready for the MJ boat cruise, which I was so excited to find out. I actually didn't find this out online because I was doing research to see if there were some other events that was happening. And Noel, who's on the forum, told me there was this boat cruise. I went to the website, I booked the tickets, and I was really excited. I mean, come on a boat cruise with a bunch of MJ fans playing MJ music all night and drinks. How cool is that? So we got, dressed up in dresses and everything, all pretty and stuff like that. We got to the boat cruise, which was actually on the Hudson River. We got there a couple of hours early. Looking around for some food. Got some really crappy pizza, but whatever. So we go there, and then of course the drama begins. Like, compared to June 25th when everything was happening in a really nice way, things started to mess up a bit, and I was a little worried. So we get in line, and I have my little paper and the actual confirmation number, and they're like, this is not what you booked. And I'm like, yes it is. And they're like, no it's not. And I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like literally about to cry. I'm like praying to Michael. I'm like, Michael, we need to get on this boat. We need to get on this boat. So they move us to the side, I guess to the other area where people were waiting to get tickets or stuff like that. And I'm like really, really upset at this point. So I see one of the radio station guys, in his t-shirt. So, I like call him over. And of course I do my sob story. I'm like, oh my god, I need to get on here. Like, I drove 6 hours, which I really didn't. I took a plane. And we need to do something. So he talks to one of his guys, and it, doesn't really do anything. And I'm like desperate, and like Heather and I are freaking out. He's like, okay, like let's move to the original line. So we move to the original line, and we don't know what's gonna happen. All of a sudden he leaves. He comes back, he's like, come over here, come over here. And we're like, okay. So he's like, okay, do you guys got like $30? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, gave him 40, and he gave us the wristbands, and we were able to get on the cruise. Yay! The cruise was awesome because the boat was really, really huge. It didn't really look huge at much. I thought it was maybe like 2 or 3 floors, but it was like 4 floors. So it's like 4 floors of Michael Jackson music, so you can hear all of it. And it was great just seeing everyone there. Obviously 21 and up, but there were like people older than me and then people my age and everything. And they played a lot of his hits, a lot of J5 and things like that, and of course, My Song Comes On, and everyone knows what my song is, but for people who don't, it's Dirty Diana. I love that song. Like, if I'm in public and I hear that song, I freak out. So I was joking to Heather, oh, okay, when Dirty Diana comes on, like, they have these poles, I'm like, oh, pole dance or whatever like that, and this is before I was, like, drinking. So, Dirty Diana comes on, I get excited, I rush towards the pole, and accidentally knock this girl. And I'm like, I'm sorry, this Dirty Diana, this is my song. She was cool because we all know how hot Dirty Diana is. And they played a lot of music. They did not play The Girl Is Mine, thank God, because you know how much I detest that song. They did play Say Say Say. I love that song. It's great. And a lot of MJ hits. I really wish that they played a little bit more Invincible besides You Rock My World, because Invincible is such a kick-ass album and they need to promote it like crazy, but that was fine. So after that, it was late, and the next day was Sunday, so we headed back, changed, slept, whatever. Got up early on Sunday, and our idea was to go to the bad station. It's called the Hoyt Schoenmaker station, whatever. It should be called the bad station. So we're really excited, you know, because we're going to go there and then we're going to go to Prospect Park. So we get there and it's just a train station. So I'm sorry to all you BBs who are going to go and see it, it's just a station. There's no plaque, there's no flash stand mobs, there's no continuous loop of bad, there's nothing. And I was just really disappointed. Hopefully in the future maybe they'll do something like a plaque or something because it needs that, and that would be great. I think Heather took a picture of a wreath or something, but I don't know. I'll figure that out for her. So get back on, we go to Prospect Park. And this is my first time in Prospect Park, and it's just huge and beautiful, and we just follow the MJ fans, basically. And it was hot, like really, 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 really hot that day. It was ridiculous. So, you know, we get over there, I get to, like, there's the stage, and up there to the right, and, you know, they're playing, like, all his music. And it was really different from the boat cruise, because it was out in the open with all of these people from all over the world and different ages and races and whatnot. I met some people that were from Russia and people from Spain that came all over. And it was just amazing to see how many people were there for Michael. There were babies, there were grandparents, you know, everyone. And this was more of a joyous celebration, which I really appreciated. June 25th was more like weepy and sobbing and things like that. So this was great. The DJ was amazing. They played, you know, mostly all of his hits. Yes, they did play Dirty Diana, and of course I freaked out. And there were, you know, there were other things as well. Like, actually, there was this huge birthday card that we got to sign, so I signed it, and I'm like, we love you, Michael, love positivelymichael.com, so a little promo there. Of course, there were people there selling t-shirts and things like that, but whatevs. Yeah, so it was like from 12 to 6, a lot of music. There were a lot of people just very creative people just dressed up in Michael, whatever era it may be. There were a couple of kids that were dressed up like the Wiz, and it was just so cute. There were some good impersonators, there were some bad impersonators. Oh, and of course, the story about the impersonator. Carlos Riley, who is the impersonator on June 25th, yeah, I have a little crush on him. And he actually has a website called almostmj.com. And I was like, okay, you know, hopefully you'll come and, you know, have a good time and things like that. And I was really excited to see him and possibly, you know, 18 plus bird. So he didn't show up. So I was a little disappointed, but that was okay. My thing is with impersonators, if you're going to be an impersonator, there's a thin line between being a really, really good MJ impersonator or just looking like a really bad drag queen. That's all I got to say about that. But people tried, so that was cool. I appreciate it. Obviously, Spike Lee was there. He was cool. I was really, really happy when Reverend Al Sharpton came and spoke about Michael. And even though there's some things I don't agree with him on and things like that, I think he's one of the most vocal people out there that are spreading Michael's messages in a positive way. So what really got to me was like, okay, everyone hold hands, you know, even if you don't like the person behind you, just hold hands. And he's like, even though Michael's gone in body, he's still with us in spirit. And his birthday actually coincided with the 5-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which I thought was really sad, but something to think about, and just, you know, what Michael would have done, or what he did do to help people there. So that was really nice. And then Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg, they were there too, and Snoop with his little glove and everything. And also, one of the really cool things that they gave us, because it was ridiculously hot. Like, I risked going to the hospital and dying of dehydration only because I love Michael and I didn't care and I wanted to support positively Michael, so you guys know me. They gave me this little fan, which was cool. I already had my own fan too, and you really, really needed it. But the best thing ever was they were handing out these posters, because the last song was going to be, and I can't think of it right now, Wanna Be Something Something. So And they had 2 of them, and I love these, and I'm going to hang these. This one here. Like, hilarious. I love it. And my favorite, of course. So, that was great. Like, the song came on, and people were doing it, and just dancing, and just having a great time. And it was just so positive, and I really, really am just so proud to be a Michael Jackson fan, and just having that event. I think a lot of us needed it because it was a year, and the one last year I didn't go to because I was just not in a mental state to go. And one person was saying they couldn't even get through most of the songs, especially Man in the Mirror, because people were just totally, crying. But this is more of a celebration, which I really appreciated, and just people being there, and just meeting, and just seeing like everyone, like how there's so many different layers of Michael and so many eras of Michael.